Welcome to my channel Starwire Daily. Please share and subscribe and press the bell icon for new updates. Picture this. It's a crisp autumn evening, and somewhere in the rolling hills of an undisclosed location, two of America's most beloved superstars are allegedly planning something that could change everything. The whispers started small, a real estate transaction here, a cryptic social media post there, but now, the rumors have exploded into something much bigger. We're talking about a $17.75 million piece of paradise that might just be the setting for the wedding of the century. I'm talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. And today, we're diving deep into what could be the most secretive, most lavish, and most romantic celebrity wedding planning story of the decade. But here's the thing. Nothing about this story is confirmed, and that's exactly what makes it so intriguing. Welcome back to Starwire Daily, where we uncover the stories behind the stories. I'm your host, and today we're peeling back the curtain on a tale that has everything: A-list romance, jaw-dropping real estate, and enough secrecy to make even the most seasoned Hollywood insiders curious. Let's rewind to where this all began. When Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce first went public with their relationship, the world collectively lost its mind. Here was America's sweetheart songwriter, fresh off her record-breaking Eras tour, seemingly falling head over heels for the NFL's golden boy tight end. The chemistry was undeniable, the timing felt perfect, and fans couldn't get enough of their fairytale romance. But here's what most people don't realize. Behind those public stadium appearances and those adorable sideline moments, there were allegedly much bigger conversations happening. Sources close to both camps have been whispering about serious commitment talks as early as last winter. We're talking about two people who don't just complement each other professionally, but who apparently share the same vision for their future together. And that vision, according to our sources, involves something spectacular. The property in question isn't just any mansion. We're talking about a sprawling estate that reads like something out of Architectural Digest meets a romance novel. Picture rolling vineyards, century-old oak trees, and a main house that's been described as breathtakingly elegant, yet surprisingly intimate. The kind of place where you could host 300 of your closest friends for the reception of a lifetime, but also steal quiet moments away from the chaos. But let's talk numbers for a second, because they're absolutely staggering. $17.75 million doesn't just buy you a house. It buys you privacy, exclusivity, and the kind of security that two of the world's most photographed people desperately need. This property allegedly comes with its own private airstrip, multiple guest houses, and enough acreage to ensure that no paparazzi zoom lens could ever capture an unwanted moment. The timing of this alleged purchase is fascinating. Real estate records, which we've been monitoring closely, show unusual activity in several high-end markets where both Taylor and Travis have connections. There's been movement in Nashville, obviously Taylor's longtime base. Some interesting developments in Kansas City, Travis's professional home. But the most intriguing activity? It's been in a location that neither of them have obvious ties to, which is exactly what you'd expect if you were trying to plan something completely under the radar. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this all just speculation? And honestly, you're right to be skeptical. In the world of celebrity gossip, rumors can take on a life of their own. But here's what makes this different: the level of coordination and secrecy that's apparently been involved. Multiple sources have confirmed that both Taylor's and Travis's teams have been unusually tight-lipped about their clients' personal schedules over the past few months. We're talking about the kind of calendar blocking that usually only happens around major album releases or playoff seasons. But neither of those timelines match up with what we're seeing. Then there's the guest list situation. Now, we obviously don't have an actual guest list. If this wedding is happening, security around it would be tighter than a state dinner. But we've been tracking some interesting patterns in the social circles of both stars. Several A-list celebrities have notably kept their schedules mysteriously open during specific weekend blocks. Coincidence? Maybe. But in Hollywood, there's rarely such a thing as coincidence when it comes to this level of coordination. The Kelce family has been uncharacteristically quiet on social media recently. And if you know Jason and Donna Kelce, you know that's saying something. Meanwhile, several of Taylor's squad members have been spotted in what appears to be shopping mode. We're talking about the kind of shopping that involves private appointments at high-end boutiques and consultations with stylists who typically work on red carpet events. But let's talk about what this property allegedly offers that makes it perfect for a couple like Taylor and Travis. Beyond the obvious luxury, sources describe it as having the kind of natural beauty that would photograph like a dream. We're talking about golden hour lighting that would make any photographer weep with joy, gardens that look like they were designed by nature itself, and indoor spaces that somehow manage to feel both grand and cozy. The main house supposedly features a music room with acoustics that would make Taylor feel right at home, while the outdoor entertaining spaces have the kind of casual elegance that would suit Travis's more laid-back style. It's the perfect blend of both their worlds, sophisticated enough for Taylor's artistic sensibilities, comfortable enough for Travis's Midwest roots. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The wedding industry is notoriously chatty. Planners, florists, caterers, they all talk. But there's been an unusual silence in those circles lately, the kind of silence that only happens when everyone involved has signed the most comprehensive NDAs imaginable. That level of secrecy doesn't come cheap, and it definitely doesn't happen unless something major is being planned. Several high-end wedding vendors in multiple states have reportedly been booked for mysterious private events during the same time frames we've been tracking. The kind of vendors who specialize in the impossible, creating magical experiences while maintaining absolute discretion. We're talking about the people who plan some of the most secretive celebrity weddings of the last decade, and they're apparently very busy right now. The logistics of a secret celebrity wedding at this level are mind-boggling. You need decoy locations to throw off the media. You need transportation that can't be tracked. You need guest accommodations that feel luxurious but don't attract attention. And most importantly, you need a venue that can be completely locked down without seeming like Fort Knox. This alleged property checks every single one of those boxes. Remote enough for privacy, beautiful enough for the photos that will inevitably surface years from now, and large enough to accommodate what would undoubtedly be an epic celebration. But here's what really gets me about this whole story. If it's true, it represents something beautiful about love in the public eye. Both Taylor and Travis have lived their relationships under intense scrutiny. Taylor's dating history has been dissected by the media for over a decade. Travis has never experienced this level of attention on his personal life. Yet somehow, they've managed to find each other and, if these rumors are accurate, plan something incredibly special while keeping it completely private. That takes coordination, yes, but it also takes trust. Trust in each other, trust in their teams, and trust in the people around them who would need to be involved in pulling off something this elaborate. Think about what this property represents. It's not just a wedding venue. It's potentially the place where two people who could have anyone choose each other. Where America's pop princess and America's football prince decide to write the next chapter of their story. The symbolism is almost too perfect to believe. And if the wedding doesn't happen there, well, $17.75 million isn't exactly small change, even for celebrities of their caliber. A purchase like that suggests serious long-term thinking. We're talking about a forever home, a place to raise a family, a private sanctuary where they can just be Taylor and Travis instead of global superstars. The beauty industry has been buzzing too. Several of Taylor's longtime beauty team members have been notably unavailable for other high-profile events during specific weekends. Hairstylists, makeup artists, the whole squad that typically travels with her for major appearances, they're booked solid for private commitments. Travis's style team has been equally mysterious. The man who's become known for his impeccable fashion sense, both on and off the field, suddenly has everyone in his style circle sworn to secrecy about upcoming projects. But perhaps the most telling sign of all? The complete radio silence from both camps when asked directly about wedding plans. Usually, celebrity representatives will give some version of no comment or we don't discuss our clients' personal lives. Instead, we've been getting absolute stonewalls. No comments. No denials, no confirmations, just complete silence. In Hollywood, that level of uniformity usually means one thing. something big is definitely happening. So will we see Taylor Swift walking down an aisle surrounded by $17.75 million worth of paradise? Will Travis Kelce be waiting at the end of that aisle, ready to promise forever to the woman who's captured not just his heart, but the hearts of millions of fans worldwide? Honestly, we have no idea. But that's exactly what makes this story so captivating. In a world where celebrity lives are documented down to their coffee orders, the possibility that two of the biggest stars in the world could pull off the wedding of the century in complete secrecy, that's the kind of real-life fairy tale that gives us all hope. Whether this $17.75 million paradise becomes the setting for wedding bells or simply a beautiful home where love continues to grow, one thing is certain. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have mastered the art of keeping us all guessing. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly how a love story this special should unfold. What do you think? Are we looking at the most secretive celebrity wedding of the decade? Or just two people smart enough to invest in some serious privacy? Drop your theories in the comments below. I love hearing your thoughts on these Hollywood mysteries. And if you enjoyed diving into this story with me, hit that like button and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes celebrity content. Trust me, if this wedding actually happens, you'll want to be here when we cover every detail we can get our hands on. Until next time, keep watching the stars and the real estate markets.